And you sort of bucket up turnovers in general, forced, unforced type stuff where they, trying to post Joel, whatever it is. I think the two areas that stand out the most is our dribble handoffs. Joel and JJ, they really did a decent job of that. It stood out to me in that type of situation that Joel being back only a second game, it looked at. And then there were just some unforced stuff that was that needs to be fixed. That was just a little bit too casual. We'll go back and look at it, but those two areas, the handoff stuff, I think we had 6 turnovers in that part of our offense. And I know that there was a handful of unforced turnovers.
But do you think your guys took this game for granted a little bit? It seemed like first half was a little sluggish. Joel kind of didn't get going until the end of the game.
It felt. I think it felt like that too. It didn't feel it in the first period. I thought, we held them to 12 points, and we started well, and then they jumped into it. Cleveland jumped into it 35 points, and I thought the Cleveland's middle 2 periods, our defense was, a C minus, and I thought our sandwich, our first and our fourth was okay, but in general, I thought that there was a we could have been more urgent for longer, and we weren't. I thought Joel's defensive performance in the last minute and a half was excellent. Yeah.
You always talk about having appropriate fear when it comes to games. You feel like the team has that tonight, even though the Cavaliers really don't have a great series.
I'm sorry, one more time.
We always talk about having the appropriate fear when it comes to these games because they're going to be a team. Do you feel like your team had that tonight, or do you feel like this wasn't good?
I think that we could have done better.
But are people playing JJ and the dribble handoff with Joel differently of late?
Are they playing the Joel JJ handoff differently?
I don't know. It seems like he's not getting the same looks.
I think that there was a connection, a timing is the word, that wasn't there tonight. I think in general, when people are physical with that and they really get into JJ right off the bat, I think that can disrupt it. We've seen that with some of the elite defensive teams. But in that environment you're talking about, we got to do better. We got to execute better.
It wasn't like for you guys not to get the line, especially in that first half. What did you see cause for that? Just aggression-wise?
I think anytime I see 0 free throws, I go straight to a mentality, and I hate it. I don't like it. I think when you come in at halftime and you have 14 turnovers and 0 free throws, that's not a good offensive statistic. That's not a good sign, obviously. And I think that the lack of free throws for me is always about a mentality, and we did a better job in the second half, but the first half was poor.
How'd you feel about James Ennis tonight, starting his role, how he felt with that lineup?
I thought he did well. He was our bell ringer tonight, and I thought he did well. I thought defensively he did some really good things. I thought he moved his feet well. I thought he kept the game in front of him a lot, better than some of our other perimeter defensive people. And he made some shots. I thought tonight he was very, very good. One of our best defensive players.
Coach, what was your message to the team after the game inside the locker room?
Just stuff that I just shared with you now.
Brett, is there anything you think the coaching staff can do to help the turnover issue at this point in the season?
There always is. Timing, execution, screen setting, of course there would be.
How much would you say is tangible stuff that you can affect versus, timing and sloppiness and execution?
I really don't know the percentage. But to your question, yes. Thank you, everybody.